Hey, thanks for hopping on. This is the look that we put together using this e.l.f. palette. I gave it a second try. My first try wasn't super happy with it, but I think that's because I had some other makeup still left on it. And we tried these two. These are both Maybelline, and I really like them. And some old standbys. But this is the look we put together. I'm pretty pleased with it. And watch and follow along, like and subscribe and comment. All right, let's do some makeup. Let's do some hair. Some new dry shampoo to use. Okay, so this is Collab Dry. Whoa, I do like how it smells delicious. Let's see, this is what it looks like. I'm not mad at the spray. When you put dry shampoo in is to let it hang out on your hair. So we got a bunch of cool stuff to use. I think you can get this at Walmart. I'm pretty sure. I just have a little trial size. But so far, I like it. So let's try this Glow Tonic. This is the second time I've used this. Just kind of prepping the skin for some makeup. My hair's getting longer and it's just driving me absolutely bonkers. Like, it's just driving me bonkers. And then I have this Wet n Wild primer, hydrating primer. And then after I put on any kind of primer or anything, I like to go in with my setting spray and spray that on there. And then, which that smells amazing, it smells like coconuts. Then we're gonna use this Super Stay Maybelline. And I'm just gonna put it right here. We're gonna do 2 pumps. Put it right, here's the bottle. And then we're actually using I always wanna call this L'Oreal, and I know it's not L'Oreal, but I don't know why I do that. But the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. So I think these are going to work well, talk well to each other. So we're just gonna dot it all over the face. This is an e.l.f. brush. I think it's like $6. I'm really digging it. I had high hopes for this brush from Eco Tools. It's not good. It's just not dense enough where this brush is. So it just doesn't make a very good brush to apply with, and you really can't beat a brush, am I right? And I always forget to get my one thing about this foundation I have noticed is that it does dry very fast, so you can't sleep on it. You gotta get it on there quick. When I first got this shade, it was I hadn't been out in the sun very much, so I was afraid it wasn't a good match. But I'm thinking that it is. And it kind of dries down to like a powder. It kind of dries down to a powder. So it's interesting. I've heard good things about this foundation, but I must say this is my second time to wear it. I go to the concealer, and this is one of my all-time favorite concealers. Just a trusty little standby. Love me some concealer. And so we're just gonna blend this on with our with this brush, because it really is blending it well. And it's all a matter of you know, how tools work, whether you need to use a brush or a sponge. And then it's also personal preference. Not everybody likes to, sometimes using a sponge, you can hear Talon, he's sitting right next to me. Sometimes using a sponge will shear out the coverage, so you won't get as good of coverage. So sometimes that's why I like to use a brush, but this is definitely going into the favorites category. And I will definitely spray another. If you want your makeup to last all night long, setting spray. Get one that you like the smell. Most of them pretty much perform similar. Some will perform better, but for the most part, setting spray is a setting spray. So don't think you have to get something super expensive for it to work. And these together, I'm really liking. And you know, I have a lot of discoloration. I have freckles, I have dark spots, so I got a lot of cover. I'm a mom, so I got like bags to cover. I've also been trying this number 7 translucent powder, which you can get that at, I believe they sell it at Target and Rite Aid. And I really like to spray my setting spray and then set my under eyes with the powder. I feel like it really gives it something to like grip onto. And this is translucent powder, so you don't have to worry about it like really changing the color of your foundation. And I'm kind of recovering from a breakout like right in here. So I think it's when I shaved my face and I was being a little careless with it. So went a little ham with it. And this is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. I'm trying it with a different brush, so it's not as, this is like a big fluffy Sephora brush, not as concentrated, not too bronzed. And then we're gonna bronze up the nose. The cool thing about this bronzer is that it is a matte bronzer, so it really does help like contour the face without looking like you're trying to contour. It can give it a very natural and subtle contour. Let's get our double chin. All right. Then trying to clean up as I go. So I'm putting all my brushes up like a good girl. Let's see. I want to try, I'm trying this over again. This will be my second time to use this. The first time I used it, my brushes weren't super clean, and that doesn't really give it a fair shake if you're not using, I was going to use this too, but I've already contoured, and this is a cream contour and I put powder on, so we're going to start in with this. I'm start kind of in with a transition, and it's got a little bit of fallout, but not terrible. Oh, and that Sephora, I don't know if you can see it, but that Sephora brush freaking shedding all over my face. Okay, so we're gonna go back. I have a feeling that this palette is just, it's too light. This color is just too light for me. So, but the other colors are really pretty. So I might just use this as kind of an all over color for my lids. Talon, I hear you being noisy over there. Kind of give it a little bit more definition with that darker shade, and I'll just build it up in the crease area. So just really blending it, getting it on there. Sometimes by starting with this color, when you put it down, even though you can't really see it, it does allow you to put on a darker color and blend it easier, if that makes sense. It's kind of like they're like grooving and rubbing together, you know what I'm saying? And then I can put one of these, maybe I'll put this all over the lid and do like a little halo with it. That's like a good plan. Okay, we're just building up that color on the crease, where we're concentrating a little bit more on the outer corner and then bringing the other part in. These are those brushes that I got on Amazon. And this one that I'm using right here, I think is my favorite. It's like, it's not too fluffy, it's not too skinny. It's like the magic blender. And then what you can do is kind of bring this part in, where you're kind of connecting it to this lower lash area along here, and kind of connect it. You see how it's kind of connecting that bottom part? And now this color is brown, but mixed with this and the concealer, it's looking purple, which is fine. Purple is a very good color, is a complementary color, especially for hazel eyes. I don't know if you can see my eye color, but they're green with a little bit of brown in them, so totally fine. But it's just something to keep in mind, that when you're blending these colors and you're putting these colors on, they're not going to really always look like this. So it's important to really experiment with them, see what they're gonna look, and they may look different on your skin tone than my skin tone. If you're a little bit more fair, and I'm not bringing this all the way into my eye, I'm kind of just stopping at midpoint and then bringing it across just whatever's left over on my brush. Yeah, makeup is all about trying different colors. I had a whole eyebrow look that I was going to do, but sat down and then I got this palette and just started doing something else. So sometimes you want to take like a brush that's just a little bit fluffier, and then you can add a little bit more of the color in this outer area, just to deepen up this outer area. That's why I don't sell makeup anymore, because it's more about your tools than the actual makeup. I mean, yeah, some makeup performs better, but for the most part, if you're familiar with, you know, most makeup works very similar. I mean, there is, you know, makeup that, you know, is worth paying a little bit more, but you don't have to. Like this right here is $3 and I can get a gorgeous eye look compared to needing to spend 30, 60, 100, you know, $150. That's not necessary. But but I'm not trying to stop you from doing that either. You know, do you? So we're gonna put that little, I'm putting this one all over the lid. I love to put, when you're kind of going for a little bit more dramatic look, putting your neutrals, your matte colors on your brow bone, and then your shimmer colors on your lid. They just work so well together, especially if you have hooded eyes. And as we age, our lids right here kind of, they sag a little bit. So it really helps open the eye. Is that right, Talon? And I take pride in my eye looks. I'm gonna show them off. So I worked hard to do this. Or not hard, but that took some time. So then we're just going to flip that around, blend that in a little bit more. Doing different eye techniques, but you kind of get bored with using the same stuff. Now I want to put that color, or I want to put this color in the inner corner. Maybe bring it out a little bit. Use your finger. And that's just going to concentrate the color where you want it. Okay. I could, if I wanted to make this a little bit more, I could go in, which I might do, you know, if you're feeling froggy. We're going to take a little bit more concentrated, not as fluffy brush, and just right here in the outside corner, just add a little bit more color, or just kind of pat it right here in kind of a circular motion, and then you can take your fluffy brush and kind of knock out the rest, the excess. So we're just patting it. And we'll take our fluffy brush. There we go, deepened that outer corner. And do I want to wear? No, we're not going to. let's. So we're just gonna do our brows. You will see a lot of makeup artists do their brows first, but I really, personally, I like to do them last because I feel like it gets, the shadows get into your eyebrows. Then you have to end up going over them again. Personal preference, do you. So now we're just kind of feathering those out. And then I'm gonna go in with the brow gel. This is Wet n Wild. I'm actually gonna put that right there. And then this is the Milani Brow Gel, which I'm pretty impressed with. I really like it. I really like the price, and I really like the performance. I guess I'm gonna be using 3 Milani products. Used their bronzer, have this lip, and then this brow. Drugstore brands have really, you know, stepped up their game. You no longer have to, you know, buy the high-end stuff. And you know what? The high-end stuff isn't any better quality, you know, as far as like better ingredients. You know, sometimes I'll pay for a higher end product if it has better ingredients, but you know what? Most of the time they don't. So why pay the extra money? Okay, brows are good. Maybe I shouldn't use this Kat Von D. Keep the lip a little nude. Yeah, I think I might do this. This one is, need a little bit more of a subtle eye. I mean, you don't have to, but, oh yeah, we still have highlight to do. And blush. And I love a shiny face. The shinier, the better. And to me, this is my art, you know? This gives me sheer joy to put this on my face. This is the Pacifica highlight. Is it highlight? Cherry Gold. Yeah, highlighter and blush, but this highlighter is like, it's kind of dark. So love me some blush. Let's put a little bit of color up there. We're just rosy all over. And then let's get our trusty toilet paper. Wipe off the excess off our lips. And my lips are so dry. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do, I really want to do that one, but let's do this one instead. I forget how dark this one is. And there are no hard and fast rules about what you have to do in makeup. You can do whatever you want to do. That's what I say. And I dare anybody to tell me different, you know? You will catch these hands. You cannot tell me any different. Show can't. Dark lip, don't care. Okay. Mascara, and we are done. And I need a mirror because this one has a tiny wand. Gotta be careful with it. This is a mascara I'm still kind of trying out. I got it in my Ipsy bag. Who makes this? Beauty for Real. Just Black. Which I do like it because for me, my favorite applicator is a plastic one. I cannot use the kind of natural bristled brushes. And this is really coating my lashes. So I like that. And I like to put mascara on my bottom lashes because I don't think you have to do a lot, but if you don't put any, I think it just looks bare and weird. Personal preference. Did I just get some freaking mascara on my face? You know, no man is going to appreciate the artistry that comes with makeup. But another woman be like, damn, your blending skills are on point. Another woman will be like, I love everything about this. Guys don't give a rat's ass. That's okay. That is okay. And honestly, you don't want them to. Because then they would expect you to look that way all the time. And personally, I am like either full makeup or no makeup at all. You know what I'm saying? It's all or nothing. And the only person I put this makeup on for is me. Oh, you can hear Talon. Because I like it. Nobody else. But, okay. We are done.